Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my Practically Imperfect Life. I thought I would take you along today for a little get it done with me day in the life because it is a couple days before Christmas and I have quite a few little projects that we are wrapping up, and I just thought it would be fun to take you along today. My day actually started a little over 2.5 hours ago. It's 8 a.m. right now. I just actually got back from a doctor's appointment. I have mentioned that I have some hip pain going on, and that stems from, we're going to call it the Great Potato Incident of 2024. Long story short, I was harvesting potatoes back in the beginning of August, and I was using a garden fork, to dig them out. I hit a hard spot in the ground, so I thought, well, I'll just do what I've always done. I'll hop up onto the fork, get it into the ground, and then, lift it up. And I jumped up with both feet, and both feet managed to completely miss the garden fork. My feet went this way, and I went back, like in the air and down a couple of feet. And I knew I would be sore, but what ended up happening is I ended up having pain in my hip pretty much nonstop since August. And some days it's bearable, and some days I'm limping everywhere I go, especially on like the days I have shifts at the hospital. I have not been able to run, jog, or lift. I haven't been able to do any kind of like bending, lifting exercises with my legs since August. And obviously, if you are used to lifting, especially lifting with your legs, that can be really bad. So I've been able to do upper body lifting, but nothing lower body. And it's been really rough. So I kept waiting for it to get better. And I had an x-ray done and nothing was broken. And then the pain just didn't get better. So I finally went and saw an ortho doctor today because I figured 4.5 months probably should, see somebody. And he thinks it's tendonitis. And so I've got a prescription being called in for a steroid dose pack, which I'm not super thrilled about taking a steroid pack because I feel like garbage when I'm on them. But at this point, I just want the pain to go away. And he actually ordered some physical therapy, 4 weeks of physical therapy. So that way, hopefully, I can get back to doing all of the things that I want to do. Namely, I really want to get back to exercising the way I was. So that is how my morning started out. But what do we have on the agenda for today? And yeah, I look like a hot mess because I had to be up super early and at places and peopling. And today I am rocking my I'm fine, everything is fine sweatshirt because, that's the sentiment a few days before Christmas. So agenda for today, couple of things. First of all, the dog needs a bath. That should be fun. So my dog Squirt does not love baths. So that will be an enjoyable experience. I am sure. So he needs a bath. We have got the porch to decorate. I haven't really done anything. I didn't hang Christmas lights this year because I couldn't physically bend my hip to get up on the roof and hang them like I normally do. But I do have some greenery to put into some pots and some things to hang. So we're just gonna get the porch done. I would like to get my table changed out. We're getting ready to entertain in just a couple of days, and I'd like to go ahead and change up the tablescape from what you saw in my home tour video, which is like our everyday holiday tablescape, to the one that we're gonna actually use for entertaining. And for that, I do need to make some centerpiece items. So I've got some things to show you how to do some simple centerpieces. I have got a gingerbread cake to bake. I have Christmas cards to finish. These aren't cards that are getting mailed out. Obviously, we're way too close to Christmas for that. But they are cards that I'm going to write a personalized memo in and give with Christmas gifts. So those have to get done. And then if I have time, I'm working on finishing a sewing project. And I will show you what it is I'm working on. So dog, table, porch, centerpieces, cards, cake, sewing. I think that's everything. I hope that's everything. Anyways, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee and kind of get organized for the day. I think we'll start with the messiest stuff first. I think we might actually start with the dog's bath. So that way that is done and out of the way, and then go outside and get that stuff done. And then that way I can kind of get cleaned up and focus on just inside stuff. The caveat is, it's like I said, it's 8 a.m. We have somewhere we have to be later today. So I need to try to be presentable and ready to go by 4 o'clock. And there are a few of the projects that if I need to, I can kind of like wait until I get back to work on a little bit. But I don't know how late of a day it's going to be once we go out for the day. So let's get things rocking and rolling. I hope you guys have all been having an awesome Christmas season, because I'll tell you what, I can't wait to update you on some big life changes that have been awesome and I'm really excited about. And I think they're going to make for a much smoother 2025, but let's rock out this day. So I'm unsure how smart it was to go straight from giving the dog a bath to working on the porch, because now I'm freezing, like my hands are ice, because my sweatshirt was already soaked from the dog and like my pants were all wet. And I figured, well, I'm already a hot mess. We'll just go outside and we'll do the porch stuff. But I'm so cold. So I think I'm going to have a hot chocolate and a snack and then go take a shower and warm up, because oh my goodness. But most of what I put out there will be fine probably until I plant spring flowers. That's the nice thing, is that if you can put fresh greens out or fresh cut greens, they'll actually last for months. They'll stay looking nice for quite a long time. So those are ones I got from my local garden center. The birch branches they're just painted branches. And then I've got, what else is in there? Noble fir, that's the tall one. And then there were boxwood cuttings. The incense, what is it? Incense cypress or something like that. The one that's real drapey that has like the seeds on it. I can't remember the exact name of it now. And then Princess Pine was the filler one. And then I did put in a sugar cone in each one. Those are those huge pine cones. Those are, they're real pine cones. They're just attached to sticks, but they're those huge ones. And I would have loved to have more of those and like really, add to that display, but they're like $8 a piece. So, wow, they're pretty pricey. And then I did throw in some fake berries just to give it some color. So that is all I'm going to do. I have those two on there. I have a wreath on the door with some bells hanging. Yeah, I didn't hang garlands or lights or anything like that this year. Time and everything, and just prioritizing. Obviously, we spent a lot more time working on stuff on the inside, and there's just so many outdoor projects that had gotten neglected at the end of the season that need to be, oh, my hands are dirty too, that needed to be tackled. So, may as well just kind of, it looks decent. There is a holiday doormat and all of that good stuff. So we're just going to call it good. And I think sometimes you just got to do that. You got to let go of like the perfectionism, which is really hard for me because I'm like a total type A perfectionist, but it'll be fine. And I think they're pretty and they'll stay looking pretty all throughout the winter. So let's go get warm and get cleaned up, and then we'll start working on some of the indoor projects. Okay, buddy, let's show everybody how nice and clean you are after your bath. You gotta sit down. Sit down. Ready? Good boy. So if you're looking to make homemade cards, it's really quite easy to do. I just get cardstock from Hobby Lobby or Joann's, wherever I can find stuff I like. And I try to just layer up different textures and colors and patterns. I am doing a lot of embossing this year. I really enjoy doing that. That creates kind of this raised, pretty look. So I have an embossing stamp pad, and then I put the embossing powder on and a heat gun to create kind of that shiny, raised feeling to some of the cards. I also had some stickers that I used on some of them, but I just tried to do a variety of different designs. I don't like to do all the same thing. I get bored doing that. But here are just a couple of the ones that I came up with for this Christmas. Okay, the lighting is not the greatest for filming, so my apologies. All of the light bulbs in my lighting equipment are burnt out, of course, and so Amazon says it's gonna be a couple days till those replacements come in. But I am working on my sewing project next. So I am making these Sherpa totes. Isn't that cute? So it has a lining, a sewn lining, and then a pocket. And this is the first one. I got the first one all the way done. I am making 4 total, but my goal is to get 3 done today. One of them's just for me, so you know that can get done whenever. But these are for a gift, so they're boxed out at the bottom, so it kind of, you know, sits and everything. The tutorial itself is not hard to follow. It's from Erica Arnett, Confessions of a Homeschooler. She has a free tutorial video on her YouTube channel on how to make these, and then the pattern is for sale in her shop. So I'm just following the pattern. So it's not that hard. The one thing is that Sherpa is kind of a pain in the butt to sew with. Not gonna lie, because it tends to kind of like send little fluffies off everywhere on all of the cut edges. So that took a little bit to get that figured out, but yeah, I got the one done, and I'm gonna try to finish the other 2. But these are going to be Christmas gifts. So one for my mom, one for my sister-in-law, and one for my daughter. So I'm going to try to get those finished. But yeah, anyways, yay, it's my first tote bag. I've made a lot of things. I've sewn costumes and clothes and quilts and wall hangings and pillowcases, but I've never actually made a tote bag, and it's actually super simple. So if you're a beginning sewer, I mean, and according to the tutorial is you don't have to necessarily use Sherpa. You could really use any fabric that you wanted to. So this might be a cool pattern to try. I have some outdoor fabric, which is like waterproof, which might be interesting to try to do to make like a beach tote. But this would be just a really cool way to make some totes, you know, just for carrying, you know, craft projects around or journaling supplies or whatever. I mean, that's probably what I'm going to do, is probably throw my journal, which, speaking of which, I ordered my bullet journal for 2025 early. I got a bigger one than I normally do because I just have decided I want more space to write things. And sorry, I'm going to try to get where the lighting's not horrible. I didn't realize just how much like my lighting equipment actually helps with like the shadows and everything, but you know, the lights like straight above me make me look all weird and shadowy. But this is the one I got. It's from Notebook Therapy. I love their bullet journals. If you are interested in getting into bullet journaling, highly recommend their stuff. It's just really great quality. But look, it's like a gold spine, the little star. It's got the cute little mushroom. It's like a velour feeling. And the pages are super thick, so it does have the dots on it. So that's what I use to, you know, start doing my outline, but I will customize this for what I need. So I make a day-to-day planner pages in here. I do my monthly goals. I do just all kinds of different tracking on here. So that is all going to go in this. I'm going to work on customizing this over probably the next week or so. And if you guys are interested, I can show you what it is I come up with for my 2025 journal. But anyways, that's what I'm going to use my tote for, is to tote all my journaling markers and pens and stickers and all that stuff in, so it's all in one place. But I'm going to get to work getting these last 2 tote bags done. Now, unfortunately, I did run out of time to get the table display done on the day I was filming, so I went ahead and got it done the next morning pretty early. So I thought I would just show you what I'm doing to set up my table. Nothing elaborate this year. I am not doing a big fancy centerpiece like I did last year. You just, again, have to let go of some things and prioritize my time. So I am doing a little centerpiece I saw on Pinterest that involves candy canes and a vase or a jar and a whole bunch of tape. It was a little harder to get started than the pictures on Pinterest made it look, but I like how it ended up and used it as a little floral centerpiece here. So hope you enjoy what we do with our Christmas table this year. All right, we are all ready now for our guests. I hope you guys enjoyed this very busy day in the life plus bonus morning in the life. Thanks so much for joining me for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that way you can follow along with all of the homeschooling, home and garden, crafting projects I have coming in 2025. Have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, everybody. See you in the next one.